In end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 24-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here we go. 180! And we got to get to the ball, team. 65. Hey, switch gears. Under 10. Go, team, spill.
On first down, Dowdens. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Right, let's go. Hey, Mike's 15. Let's go, team.
On 2nd down now, Dowdens. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go. 180! I got 15. I'm scared.
On first down, here's Breida. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On 2nd down, a run with Breida.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
It's a party now. Back. Alert. Hey, alert 3. Tight dog. Tighten up.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Let's go.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First down, Seattle.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. On first down, here's Love. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Switch.
Now a give, right side. Hines. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This is Hines. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And Myers able to knock it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. 180. Mike's 15. Watch the run. Hey, gun. 15's the mic.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming for you. You mine. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go. Mike's 5-4.
Now it's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Incomplete on the default. It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You must be.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch a slant.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 76 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 54. Go. 54. Watch the cross.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go. Like 80! And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Mike 15.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, 42 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gold with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
35, Seahawks 6. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's put that team on the bus. Switch. Go. Check out.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 15.
Check 15.
Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Check 24. Check 24.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check 99.
On 2nd down, it's Love. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Staying on the ground, it's Love. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Love. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First down, Seahawks.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a give right side. It's Hines, and he's got some space here. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. So following the hold, got a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Love again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. 22 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try the left side. Hubbard. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Watch your team. Watch your team. Watch your team. Just like that. 21. 11. You got time.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now Gold for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Niners 42, Seahawks 13. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Kill.
Now a give running right is Love. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
You got nothing today.
They run again with Hines, and that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now, that'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Bryce Love, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
36. Check 14. Lucky.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. And a loose football. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Get him, boys.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He wants it all for the end. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, 35 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Next to score, Niners 49, Seahawks 21. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember
he's got daylight. The 40, 20, 10, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nyheim Hines, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Next to score, Niners 49, Seahawks 48.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you...
Down the numbers. There he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked. But interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On third down, it's Hines. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll try and run for it. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Hines. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines, room here to run. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.